Salute to my people, man. Salute, salute. Coming in here to, kick it again with my peoples. And I appreciate anybody that stopped through, kick it with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Show me a little love, just gracing me with your presence. I appreciate any and everybody stop through here. Feel me? We're gonna get into a little bit of boxing today. Talk about a few of the upcoming fights. Uh, Also, a few of the cards that we got coming up uh, real soon. The Bud Crawford card is shaping up to be the most lit card so far. The undercard as well as the main event is straight fire. We do got a few other things to talk about today. We're going to talk about some of these fights that just recently happened. Besides the one fight that everybody is talking about, you know what I'm saying? But let me put on a little music, man. Ride about for a minute. We just recently had a fight that just passed recently. Let me see. Hold on. Let's get to it. Uh, it was with Rocky Hernandez versus Lugo. Uh, this was an excellent fight. Excellent fight. If you missed it, you gotta go back and watch it. Uh, it was definitely a barn burner, and I really enjoyed the fight. I would say if I had to break the fight down, I would say it was a very entertaining fight. First off, uh, Hernandez was hurt in the third round badly. Uh, Lugo tried to jump on him, but Hernandez was very smart. He moved around the ring, and Lugo seemed to have a problem cutting him off. Uh, but in the fifth round, that's when the fight turned around. Hernandez started taking control, and he found a home for that straight right hand all night long. Also, his jab was on point. His uppercuts was on point. Overall, he did his thing. So in the seventh round, uh, Lugo was busted up. He was busted up. His nose was leaking all over Hernandez, and also uh, they both hurt each other in that round. They both hurt each other. Lugo hurt Hernandez. Then Hernandez come back and hurt Lugo. Then Lugo came back and hurt Hernandez at the end of the round. And then Hernandez came back and hurt Lugo. It was one of those type of rounds. It was the 11th round. So in the 12th round, no, I'm sorry. That was in the fifth round. But in the seventh round, Hernandez came back to stop Lugo. It was a very entertaining fight, by all accounts. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I believe that if you go back and watch the fight, you will enjoy it too. Now, for those that don't remember who Hernandez is the one that just had that fight with Oshaki Foster, in which it was a barn burner. It was a barn burner. Oshaki Foster really showed the heart of a champion that night. It was the 11th round when Oshaki Foster hurt Hernandez. And then as Oshaki Foster is trying to finish him off, but you could tell that he doesn't really have a lot of power in his punches. He's just pretty much winging punches at him at this point. It's like his arms is dead. So in the midst of the flurry that he was trying to throw at Hernandez hit him with a straight right that stunned him and hurt him bad. So he stumbles back, and Hernandez jumps on him, right? And in the midst of Hernandez jumping on him, Osaki had got his second win, and he hit Hernandez, and he hurt Hernandez. It was somewhat similar to the fight that just happened, except for in this fight it was way more back and forth action. Osaki Foster dropped Hernandez in the 12th round twice, and he went on to batter Hernandez and win a 12th round stoppage. It was a beautiful thing to see. If you don't remember that fight, you should go back and watch that fight. Rocky Hernandez versus Foster. Great fight. We got another fight coming up this weekend. Usyk versus Fury. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this fight, really. People don't seem to be really that excited about this fight. Maybe I'm in the wrong circles, but I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this fight. But this fight is definitely important. It's important because it'll be for undisputed. That's what makes this fight so important, in my opinion. Uh, I believe that Fury's weight might come in and play a factor in this fight. But we'll see if the skills of Alexander Usyk can stand up to uh, the weight disadvantage that he'll be at. He'll probably come in on fight night outweighing Alexander Usyk by 70 pounds, 60, 70 pounds. He does. I'm sure he realizes that he's going to have to be able to be a little bit more mobile than he was with Wilder, because Wilder he knew what he was getting. Wilder is going to be coming at you. He's not going to be doing a whole lot of dancing around the ring and all that. You know, he go in there, he gets straight to business. So that's no surprise. But with Alexander Usyk, you're going to have to deal with some lateral movement. You're going to have to deal with some jabs. You know, you're going to have to deal with some slick footwork. You know, and that's where we'll really see the talent of Fury, and if he's really what people think he is. I'm not the biggest Fury fan, but I appreciate Fury though. You know what I'm saying? I I do have my personal feelings about things that happened in the past, but you know, I'm not gonna let that get in the way of me moving forward to the future. You know, so you know, when it comes to that, it is what it is, and it will be what it will be. But uh, as far as the undercard go, let's see, because I haven't looked at the undercard. I don't really think that the the undercard is nothing to be desired for real. Let's see. Uh, Bradis, hold on. Ja Opitai versus Bradis, IBF Cruiserweight Championship. Joe Cordina versus Anthony Kaka, IBF Super Featherweight Championship. Ajib Cabello versus Frank Sanchez. Oh, that should be a good one. Heavyweights. Frank Sanchez. That's one to watch right there for sure. Mark Chamberlain versus Joshua Aloskin. Wahab. They lightweights. Sergey Kovalev. What? Sergey Kovalev coming back, huh? Who gives a damn? For real. Robin Serwan Safar. Safar. That should be a pretty good bang, though. At heavyweight. Wow. So Sergey Kovalev is stepping up to heavyweight now. That should be interesting to see how that works out for him. Isaac Lowe versus Hasabal Amadi, featherweights. David Niyaki versus Michael Schultz, cruiserweights, and Moses Etuma versus Allah Bezakan, heavyweights. So undercard is to be lacking a little bit. I am not truly looking forward to seeing the undercard that much. Frank's, except for with the exception of Frank Sanchez, that should be a good fight right there. But let's talk about Buzz upcoming fight and his undercard. Looking a whole lot different. Whole lot different. I dare to say that this is one of the best cards. It's got to be the best card of the year so far that I've heard of. Uh, we'll talk about the main event last. So we have Pitbull Cruz versus Jose Rayo Valenzuela. That's the undercard. That is the co-main, and then I believe that's the co-main. Then we have Andy Cruz versus Jarrell Miller, which should be a nice little scrap. If Jarrell Miller come in clean, that is, we need a clean Jarrell Miller. You know what I'm saying? Don't get popped again, man. Come on, this your last hurrah, and you better make it do what it do, boy. Don't go in there, using those steroids, bro. Just keep it clean, man. If you can't keep it clean, get on out the sport. That's just how I feel. I ain't about to sugarcoat shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, that is one reason why I look at some of these guys funny, man, when they talk about, Devin's lost and they just discount Ryan Garcia using PEDs. Like that's nothing. Just because they wanted Devin to lose. It's just it's shameful to me. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. Uh, all right, then we got Andy Cruz versus Antonio Moran. That should be a good fight as well. I'm interested to see how Andy Cruz is coming along under the tutelage of Bozy Ennis. If you didn't know, he's over there with Bozy Ennis over there, and I'm sure he's getting excellent sparring over there because Bozy Ennis seems to be knowing what he's doing. He's got them boys in shape. I think I believe that he's the strengthening condition coach as well as the regular coach. I mean, because they seem to do all they strength and conditioning right around that gym, climbing walls and chopping wood and stuff. I'm sure they probably do several other things, of course, but who's to say that they're not doing it right there? That's what I'm saying. Bozy Ennis, boy, he's a force to reckon with. He's turning out great products, especially with Boots Ennis. I'm impressed with Boots. He's got a tough fight coming up against Cody Crowley, and we'll see just where Boots is at in that fight. That'll let us know a lot because Cody Crowley ain't no slouch. The man can fight, So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. We're gonna see if Boots can get a stoppage like he say, you know. But if he doesn't, all that matters is how he win. To me, as long as he go out there and he do his best to try to make it an entertaining fight, then I can't fault him for nothing else. Like people try to fault him for that Chuka Karen fight. You know, I don't fault him for that, man. I just saw that man in there trying to put on the pressure, and I saw a man in there just trying to survive, and that's what it was. So then we got David Morrell versus Colin Jack. So man, got Morrell, Andy Cruz, Andy Ruiz, Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Jose Valenzuela, which I am very interested in that fight right there. After that demolition that Valenzuela put on old boy, uh, I just, I'm looking forward to seeing what Pitbull Cruz can really do with him. That's gonna be interesting to see, and I can't wait. I can't wait for that. So, let's see what else we got going on in boxing news. We got, oh yeah, the Lomachenko George Kambosos fight. If you didn't see it, go check that out. It was a great fight. Uh, a lot of people have been down in George, but I look at George as a warrior. He's a warrior, in my opinion. He went in there and he put it all on the line. He fought as well as he could fight, and he came up short, and he got paid very well doing it, So I ain't got nothing bad to say about George. I didn't like some of the antics he was doing with Devin Haney, but I do realize that it's all advertisement and promotion and all that good stuff. It's to get people talking about the fights. You know, that's what people got to realize when it comes to Bill. What he doing, man? He trying to keep his son relevant, and he's doing a great job at it. Might I add? Tank on fighting Lomachenko talking about let me get Frank first. This is what I think about that. I remember Tank Davis saying, Devin Haney, if you beat Kambosos, I want you next. I remember him saying that. I remember his coaches flipping the coin saying, hey, heads Devin Haney, tails Shakur, and it landed on Shakur. You know, uh, I remember Tank saying he had a list. This was last year, talking about he had a list, you know, and Devin Haney, is Devin Haney on there? Y'all remember that famous video? Is Shakur on there? Yeah, I don't want to say. But you ain't saying none of them a contract yet. So let me get Frank out the way first, and then you overlooking Frank. You just disrespected Frank like that? For real? You just gonna disrespect Frank like that, like he ain't nothing, huh? Frank did something easy, huh? Okay. All right. Don't get shocked now. Don't get shocked. But guess what? If you do get shocked, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give him his props as being one of the greatest fighters in the world still. And I ain't gonna run around like I just beat a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like some of you other guys is doing nowadays. That ain't gonna be me. Thank Father, salute family. Thanks for stopping through, bro. Thanks for stopping through. Yeah, he is, man. Bill the realest nigga, bro. And that's why I don't understand why they hate him like they do, bro. I really don't, man. They don't realize what that man be doing. He just trying to keep his son relevant, man. That's all. Just trying to keep him relevant and trying to keep people talking about him. And he was doing his job though. Anytime I go over to a tank channel, pro tank channel, like the Rise, and all they talking about is Devin, oh man, tell me he ain't doing his job. Hey, I said it in the chat. I was like, I thought this was a tank channel. They talked about Devin the whole live, bro. And then they're like, you know, they'll play a video, a tank, you know. And now, don't get me wrong, the Rise my brothers. I love them brothers. They good people. For sure. I'm just saying the truth. What happened over there? I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling the truth. It is what it is. What else we got going on in boxing right now, y'all? Let me see. It's an article that say Tank can help Stevenson prove he has one of the best chins, huh? Oh yeah. I mean, he sure can do that because he gonna touch his chin. He gonna touch the court chin. You better believe that. At least once, twice, three times a lady. Yes, sir. It's a contrary to current popular belief, WBC lightweight champion Fearless Shakur Stevenson, 21 and 0, 10 KOs, has the utmost faith in his chin. In fact, according to his statement during a brief question and answer with Mill City Boxing, Stevenson stated he possessed one of the best in the business. Perhaps in the near future, Stevenson can provide an acid test versus WBA 135-pound champion Gervonta Tank Davis, or better known as Abdul Wahid, 29 and 0, 27 KOs. We are going to see. I already told you I got one of the best chins in the sport of boxing, and I can't wait to show y'all. That's what he say. We gonna see, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you bet not damn run in there, Shakur. You understand? You hear me? You hear me? You bet not damn run, Shakur. That's all I gotta say, man, about that. When you get in there, you know what you gotta do. You gotta change a few things up, man. On that night, you can't be the best defensive guy in the world all the time. And when I say the best defensive guy, I'm talking about what Tank alluded to. He said all you do is hop back, and I noticed that too. It's not really no slipping of the punches like that. It's more I'm hopping back out of danger, out of range. But you when you go hop back out of range, you out of your range too. I noticed Shakur's offense is jab based, and that's great because that's boxing. And I appreciate Shakur's style for real. Shakur is a beast, man. You know, he passes the eye test. Now we just got to see him be really tested. And Tank is one to be tested with, for sure. And I would say Shakur is one to be tested with. But we got to see. We got to see. We know that Tank can turn your lights out with one punch. We haven't seen Shakur do that at all, but that don't mean that he can't. You know what I'm saying? Only the future, the future remains to be seen, and we won't know until that day come. And that's what I'm here for. That's all I want to know is who the best is. It's like my brother's name, best fight the best. That's all I want to know is who the best is. You know, and if you ain't in it for that, then what are you in it for? I would like to know. Says Shalom on Jonas versus Price unification. I believe it will happen. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's still hard for me to get into the women's division, and I know I shouldn't be like that because some of the women be banging, man. Some of them women be banging, but I still, it's got to be a certain caliber of woman for me to want to watch the fight. I don't know if that's sexist or what. I ain't trying to be that way. That's just how I feel about it. It's an article about Andrew Maloney. Oh, this is shout out to Three Kings Boxing as well. That's where I'm getting this information from. Andrew Maloney, driven from boxing by Pedro Guevara, lost. Oh, I think I remember that fight. I think I remember that fight. Let me see. Price cruises to victory over McCaskill. Unification possibility next. That was a good fight too. Yeah, that was a good fight. Even though it was females. Man, I seen a video earlier. Blue Blood was talking about Ryan Garcia, saying that Ryan Garcia was ranked number 3 as a welterweight. And, I was like, damn, what? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? How you going he was ranked behind Crawford and Ennis. That's what Blue Blood said. And I don't know where he got his information from. I got mine from Boxing Scene, and I guess it depends on where you get it from, because he could have went somewhere else, and it said that where he went, but the ones I looked at, he wasn't. He wasn't ranked number 3. You know, because I was like, how you gonna be ranked over Spence, over Barrios, over Keith Thurman? Even though Keith Thurman been inactive for so long, that it shouldn't be hard to be ranked over Keith Thurman, you know, but over Spence and Barrios and uh what's his name, that Boost wanted to fight for a while, the white Russian kid, him Stanionis, you know what I'm saying? So how would he just leapfrog them? And then on top of that, you got allegations of PED use. How you leapfrog over top of those fighters that's actually putting work in the division? Now I do understand Spence is moving to 154, so I'm not really tripping about him, but it's a lot of other people in that division that don't put in some work. And then you coming off spectacular win, granted, but your win is tainted. Your win is tainted, bro. You come in 3 pounds over the weight limit intentionally by your own admission. I don't care about what nobody else say. Your own admission. You did it on purpose. And you said that you would do anything to win. That's all I know. So here we go. It's you doing anything to win. You know what I'm saying? Including that Ryan pack. You had that Ryan pack flowing through your veins on fight night. And you got people that don't care about that, overlook it, still laugh. They don't care he had that Ryan pack flowing. They don't care. That's sad, man, to me. Whole bunch of grown motherfuckers sitting around hating the little kid. Well, even though Devin is a grown man, to most of us, he a kid though. He could be our son, and otherwise, you know, you got men like that age, hating this young man instead of like being proud of him. He's a young man that made something out of nothing, bro. Just like Tank, they Savior Tank did. He made something out of nothing, and that's to be celebrated. Tanks too. That's to be celebrated, bro. What's wrong with y'all? Snap out of that shit, man. Please. Would you please snap on out of that, man? Tired of it, man. What's going on in the news today, man? What fights are y'all most looking forward to? Oh, another. Yeah, they got. I keep forgetting that it got canceled. Better BF and Bivol due to the bicep injury. Man, I'm sorry about that. I really wanted to see that fight. I wanted to see that fight bad, bro. Man, Man, that was gonna be one right there. That was gonna be one of them ones. One of them ones we talk about like that was Shockey Foster Hernandez. That was gonna be one of them ones. I do believe that Better BL will come in and and do his thing when they do fight though. Just do peace, bro. Peace, my bro. Hey, thanks for stopping through, bro. Yeah, I do think that Better BL will, come in and do his thing when they do fight. I just think that he's the more superior fighter. Uh, as far as footwork, in the footwork department, I'll probably get at the Bivol. And the power department, we got to give it to Better BL. I mean, what is he like? 12 and 0 with 12 knockouts, something like that. 100% knockout ratio. I got to get that one to Better BL. Yeah. And then the fight that I would want to see after that, especially if uh, Benavidez stays at light heavy at 175, then I would love to see Better BL versus Benavidez. I think that would be a great fight. Oh my God. I might have to be at that fight if it's in the States. I might have to be at that fight. I might have to sacrifice, bro. Just go. You know what I'm saying? That'll be one I have to be at. Oh my God. That fight right there. Ooh. Both undefeated. Oh my God. That'd be a barn burner, man. I could just see because one thing about Benavidez, in my opinion, is that Benavidez has got a tremendous gas tank on him. He doesn't seem to tired, in my opinion. From round 1 to round 12, he's throwing, and he's throwing in bunches at that. And Benavidez has an excellent chin as well. His chin has been tested. He's been caught solid. Now I haven't seen him hurt yet, but that's a testament to his conditioning and his chin. Of course, Better BL. I see him pour it on as the fight goes on. He steps up his activity as the fight goes on. So you got one guy stepping up his activity, but one guy that's been going at the same pace the whole fight. Man, I will have to pick Benavidez in that fight. But that'll be one for the ages, man. I'm telling you. That'll be one for the ages, brother. I would love to see that fight right there. I still want to see Devin and Tank mix it up too. I still want to see that for sure. And it was reassuring to me when I heard them say that they would still fight Devin. And I that was good, man. It was good to hear because I still want to see that fight, and I'm still willing to pay for that fight. And hopefully, other boxing fans are too. You know, I do realize that boxing today has become more like uh, catered to the casuals. They gear it towards the casuals and trying to get the casuals money and get them into boxing. And sometimes the diehards and the hardcores we get left behind and left in the wind, hoping and praying for the fights we want to see. And that ain't good. That's just not a good thing. You know, that's just not a good thing, man. Uh, I believe that's why like Showtime and HBO we went out of the boxing business because they forgot who they were supposed to be catering to, and that's part of it. But the other part of it is, of course, the fire sticks. Nowadays, people will watch, these fights on a fire stick, even if it's somebody that they like and they claim to support, they're still watching on the fire stick. And I don't totally like blame people for that because I know times is hard everywhere. Sometimes people can't afford to pay for that fight that they want to see, or they want that guy they want to support. I understand that, but if it's that way, then, and I know it seems like a lot to ask, but just don't watch the fight. Just wait till it come out on YouTube, which it'll probably be out on YouTube the same night. So far, that's how it's been on these pay-per-views. They fight the fight, and then I can go somewhere on YouTube and watch that whole fight the same night. Same night. Just do that. If you can't support these guys because they putting their life on the line, as we just seen, Devin Haney put his life on the line, and he really put it on the line more than he really realized he was, because of what Ryan was, juiced up on, and that ain't cool. That ain't cool. That ain't cool for people to be happy about Ryan winning, and he's got these PED allegations out here. And we all know that when the A sample comes out a certain way, the B sample is usually the same thing. So, like people have been saying, Ryan is guilty until proven innocent in this instance. So people are happy about Ryan Garcia having a win like this. Like this though. They still talking about Dev, ain't nothing, all this craziness, man. In my opinion, like, I don't understand why they so, happy about it. Because if Tank lost, I could truly say I wouldn't be like giddy about it. You know what I'm saying? Even if I want him to lose, I ain't gonna be giddy about it. Because you know what? If Tank lose, I bet you that fight gonna be a bad motherfucker. Just straight up. I know the fight gonna be a bad boy. I know Tank ain't gonna go out like no hoe. So if Tank lose, I'm gonna be amazed at the fight. Like, God dang, that's gonna be my feelings of it. Nah, you know what I'm saying? If Shakur lose, it's the same way. And I'm gonna really say this too about Shakur. Shakur gained a lot of my respect, man. When Devin lost, man, the way he handled that it showed a lot of class in it, a lot of class that I was beginning to think that he didn't have. Well, I was proven wrong though, But we also got to remember that these fighters is young, man. They young and they still learning, and they gonna make mistakes. They gonna make mistakes, man. Just think of all the mistakes that we made when we was kids, or when we was in our 20s. Now add millions of dollars onto that, man. Some of us probably wouldn't even be here today if we had that type of access, in our 20s. Because I was a terror in my 20s, bro. I was, bro. So ain't something I'm proud of, but anyway, I made a lot of mistakes. I will say that for sure. So I think that's how we should look at it, man. And when it comes to these fighters, and instead of getting on them and talking stuff about them, let's just try to congratulate them, try to uplift them and support them, and then realize that the drama is only for social media. For real. It's only for social media. It's to give people like me and other people uh something to talk about. If none of them was doing nothing, none of us would have nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So that's to all them content creators that hate Bill. If Bill wasn't talking, never talking, you wouldn't have nobody to hate, I guess. You wouldn't have nothing to talk about half the time when Bill was creating headlines, when Devin had fights up coming up. You know what I'm saying? Channels is eating off what Bill's saying and doing. Big facts, just do. Say facts. I say that shit all the time. I know you do, bro. That's why I be over there messing with you. He said I got a couple parody videos of Bill Haney coming up later. Oh yeah, I want to see that. I'm gonna be checking for them. I know they probably tight, bro. I know they tight. Yeah, I've been working on my editing skills too, man. I got that Adobe Creator Suite. I was salty I gotta pay for it every month because I just bought the disc like a few years ago. And the disc will still work, but they won't work on a newer computer. That's how they get me. You know what I'm saying? I paid like $800 for that program. I remember. But now I just pay for it monthly and get like Photoshop and Premiere, and you know what I'm saying. But with me going to school for that, because I went to school for audio video production, got my degree in it, and that's mainly what they taught us about. More video than audio. You know how to work a switcher and stuff like that. Just do say little humor for the stream. Not my videos, but a comedian made them. They funny. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, so I went to school for that. So you know, I've been tinkering with the programs, trying to get back into them, and so I can make some entertainment videos for the channel. I wanted to look professional and just good, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know with Premiere and After Effects and Photoshop and stuff, man, you can do anything you can imagine. As long as you sit down and you just keep working with it, that's all it takes. I've learned that that's the key to success is consistency. As long as you stay consistent, you'll eventually get to where you want to go. That's one lesson that I learned in life that I think is a valuable lesson. Very valuable lesson. And another valuable lesson that I learned in life is never accuse somebody of something that you didn't see do it. That's another valuable lesson. You know, I remember where the reason why I live by that is when I was younger. Me and my mother, we had a extermination company called Pied Piper. And we was doing good in the city, man. We had a lot of properties that we was doing. I mean, from 200 and like 2,500 unit areas to mansions out in the boondocks. Doing everything from termite removal to rodents to roaches. Because back then, this was in the 90s. So a lot of people still had roaches bad, man. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so what happened was, hey, hold on for a minute, y'all. Hold on. I'll be right back. Shit. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm back, man. My bad. So, me and my mother had that business, man, rolling in the 90s. And we was doing good, man. We was doing good, but all things come to an end, man. I'm gonna get on out of here, man. I'm gonna holler back at y'all. Y'all get with me, man. Hey, y'all stay up. Peace.